So you know me, I'm a curious little boy. I'm a curious little man. I have been inundated with a bunch of fucking bullshit. I keep seeing these goddamn BetterHelp ads everywhere. It's fucking annoying. It's obnoxious. Advertisements are obnoxious. They're annoying and they're invasive. Me being the curious little birdie that I am, I remember back in 2018, somewhere around there, BetterHelp was the focus of controversy, at least for the good portion of a couple of months. I just wanted to refresh my brain and be like, I can't seem to remember exactly what were the issues with this company, and I'm not really sure if they changed. I'm not really sure if we can still trust these people. I type in Google BetterHelp controversy, and I just find this shit that nobody has been talking about. Apparently, this service, BetterHelp, is having a class action lawsuit being filed by multiple people, hence class action. And the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, is backing this up. And they're saying, nah, yeah, this shit's fucked. So what did they do? What did they do? Why is this class action suit being fucking filed? We'll get into that. Actually, you know, fuck it. I'll just say it right now. I'll drop the little seedings. I'll explain it later, more in depth. But basically, they've been selling user data. You know, the data that they say that, oh, don't worry, it's confidential. We won't show any of this. This information is only kept between you and your therapist. Yeah, nah, they sold that shit. They sold that shit, dude. They sold it to Facebook. They sold it to Snapchat. They sold it to this fucking app called Cryptid. Is that how you fucking say it? They even sold it to fucking Pinterest. Who the fuck uses Pinterest? But they've been taking confidential medical information of their users and fucking selling it around to just whoever's buying. This wasn't written in my script, but I'm pretty sure this is like a violation of like one of the most well-known medical codes that exist. The HIPAA laws. Let me see. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996 is a federal law that required the creation of national standards to protect sensitive patient health information from being disclosed without the patient's consent or knowledge. So this is like literally a violation of HIPAA laws. Like, this is fucking insane. Like, these people are lucky they're just being fucking sued and not having their entire, like, everyone who's associated with this having their medical license and therapy license being fucking revoked. Or, you know, I guess you can't really like necessarily blame the counselors, because the counselors are like outsourced. They are like, you know, BetterHelp is more like the middleman, so to speak. But yeah, this is fucking insane. This is insanely invasive fucking shit. And like, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it, but we'll get into that. So first I wanted to really do a refresher of like, what were people complaining about back in 2018. So I dug through some old videos. I mainly just watched one to really like recap the main things. And honestly, a lot of the original controversy surrounding BetterHelp were like a bunch of really unfounded claims. You know, some people were alleging that the BetterHelp's counselors weren't licensed. And you could go and you could see their licensed counselors. All of them are licensed. It's legit in that sense. But some of the accusations did have merit. For an example, their TOS was very wordy and unclear, and it confused people. This was true. Their TOS at the time was very fucking confusing, and did have grammatical errors in it too. Like, that's a bit ridiculous for this business that sells itself as like extremely professional, just as good as in-person therapy, which is kind of fucking stupid, because there's another portion of BetterHelp's service that is that they say they don't force it, but I can tell, I could kind of remember this being a fucking problem. They super push people to try and do it. So it's basically text therapy. Text therapy is basically almost like a therapy session, but in text form. And that sounds fucking as fuck to me personally. because I, as someone who, you know, I had really bad depressive episodes. It was really fucking bad, like 5 years ago, 5 or 4 years ago. I'm way better now. I know how to control it because of that in-person therapy that I got. I could not for the life of me imagine me getting that same impact that in-person therapy got me in the form of a fucking text, right? Like, this is so fucking ridiculous. And I was looking into it, and apparently text therapy is kind of, it's passable. It's passable for like very, very mild cases of like mental unwellness and shit like that. Like, maybe you're just having a bad day, text a therapist, blah, 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 blah. Okay, your spirits are up. Like, I can see that. That's perfect. That's okay. That's fine. But this is a service that is, that says that, no, you could take us seriously. You could come to us with serious fucking problems. Now, apparently they turn away like clearly suicidal people and like people with suicidal tendencies and all that kind of shit. They turn away like severe cases like that, which they're allowed to do and they should do because they are not equipped to handle that. That's more of like an in-person sort of issue that should be resolved. And they don't just abandon them. That was another fucking stupid accusation that people were throwing around, that people were just left abandoned. I don't remember seeing any evidence for that whatsoever. If BetterHelp was going to turn you away, they were going to point you to a service more equipped to handle you. They weren't just going to leave you empty-handed. It's not like this service is comically evil or anything, but holy fucking shit, did they fuck up big fucking time. But yeah, I really want to hone in that BetterHelp's service seemed experimental, and this was not conveyed whatsoever. BetterHelp is a very unique therapy business. There hasn't really been anything like it in the past before, and there is very little data to suggest that this is an effective way of treatment. Again, with the heavy incentivization of like text therapy and shit like that. Like, oh, just text it. Oh, we could just text this out. Like, it just does not sound right. It does not sit well with me. But that was the drama back in like 2018 and shit like that. A lot of unfounded claims and shit like that. There was like a lot of conspiracies. So now we move to today, to now. Yeah, bro. It just gets fucking worse. It's so much worse than we ever fucking thought. So, like I said before, they found themselves in a fucking class action lawsuit being led by the FTC. And I need to emphasize this. This is a 3-letter federal agency. They're not just gonna make shit up about a company and put their fucking foot behind a class action lawsuit. Like, they're not gonna do that on unfounded fucking claims. So that tells me that this is serious shit. This is serious fucking shit. These aren't just simply accusations at this fucking point. This is like, yeah, you motherfuckers were thieving. You motherfuckers were fucking thieving and I can't think of anything. Check this shit out though. Check this shit out. So this is a quote. This is a quote from the FTC themselves in their article. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. The FTC says online counseling services BetterHelp pushed people into handing over health information and broke its privacy promises. So that's the title of the article, and this is the fucking quote from it. The company repeatedly pushed people to take an intake questionnaire and hand over sensitive health information through unavoidable prompts. And it promised to keep that information private through statements like, rest assured, any information provided in this questionnaire will stay private between you and your counselor. But from the FTC's perspective, a truthful statement would have been, rest assured, we plan to share your information with major advertising platforms, including Facebook, Snapchat, Cryptid, and Pinterest. I honestly don't care if I'm pronouncing Cryptid, where the fuck. I don't care. Okay, these people are scumbags. But what's more mind-boggling about this is that I remember people giving such a fucking shit. Again, like I said, I remember people giving such a massive shit about this back in 2018 when they were like, BetterHelp is a fucking shady business, and it fucking is. It fucking is. Hindsight's 2020, obviously, but taking this new class action lawsuit aside, they were a fucking shady fucking business. I would not recommend anybody take fucking BetterHelp, like before, especially now, but before, even then, even before, it's like, no. And it's so crazy to me because like nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. I just got a little curious. I just got a slight tingle. I got my spidey senses going on. I was just like, why the fuck am I seeing BetterHelp being pushed around and circulated again? Like, did we not just go through this fucking drama where they had some fucking sussy fucking shit? Now, again, granted, a lot of the accusations were not really founded, but some did have fucking merit. You know, their TOS was a fucking mess. And I didn't write this in my notes, but they also they had it written in their TOS where they're not going to diagnose you. And that just sounds so fucking crazy to me. You're going to offer a mental health service, but you're not going to diagnose your patients? Don't you think that's kind of fucking important, right? But they're trying to sell themselves as no. We are just as legit as in-person therapy. We are just as legit, just as effective as in-person therapy. And it's like, okay, but you can't diagnose your patients. That's something that's really fucking important, because getting diagnosed means you could maybe have access to medicine you might need, some mental health medication that you might need. You might be able to apply for disability with certain mental illnesses, and you can't get any of that from their fucking service. So you're kind of being robbed. Okay, being hyperbolic, obviously, but you're kind of being fucked over in that sense. If you're someone who's genuinely fucking struggling with mental health problems and you need that diagnosis to be able to access certain medicine that's out there to help you, BetterHelp can't get you that. But they're gonna drag you along the ride for as long as fucking possible to drip and fucking squeeze every last fucking penny out of you. It's not all hopeless because of this class action lawsuit. Now, again, this happened back in March. So things might have changed. I haven't seen any updates. I literally just found this shit out today. I'm like, hell no, I gotta fucking talk about this. This is fucking crazy. It's not all hopeless, because according to this article, this is another article from ClassAction.org. So, I mean, take that as you will. BetterHelp class action alleges platform illegally shared users' mental health data with major online advertisers. Written by Corrado Rizzi. That means dog. Rizzi, all we need is the get. So not far into this article, they sort of talk about, you know, how certain, like, there's refunds proposals. 7.8 million. Yeah, they owe collectively, they owe in total their customers 7.8 million fucking dollars. And that's going to be spread a lot. That's going to be spread among some of the clients that got exceptionally wronged. But according to this article, all right, they say, quote, affected BetterHelp users do not need to do anything at this time to get refunds from the FTC. According to the proposed consent order, the agency will select a third-party administrator who will gather consumer contact information from BetterHelp and work with the FTC to determine how and to whom refunds will be issued. Refunds will not be sent to consumers until the proposed consent order is finalized. Sounds pretty fucking legit. Sounds pretty like that's like cut and dry. Now, BetterHelp has made statements saying, no, none of this is true. This is all a lie. We never did any of these things. And it's like, okay, but then why the fuck is a 3-letter federal agency suing you then, dipshit? It's bad enough that you're preying on the mentally ill. It's bad enough that you're preying on them, taking their data and fucking taking their private medical information, straight up breaking HIPAA laws, but you're sitting there and not taking an ounce of accountability. Like the FTC has to fucking strong arm you into actually doing the right thing and giving out refunds and accommodating the people that you fucking wronged. To end this off, share it. Share the video, because nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. And this is extraordinarily fucked. This is like an extraordinary violation of private user data. And it just really goes to show how you really can't trust any advertisement shit you see on fucking YouTube. Do not trust it. Do not trust it. I know how enticing something like Opera GX might fucking seem, but do not fucking trust it. Do not fucking trust it. Okay? Do not trust any of these fucking advertisements. And it's so... I probably said this multiple times, but it's fucking insane how much the YouTube platform has been used and abused to fucking to con people, to just spread straight up fucking scams to people. Straight up, like, just, it's so insane. It's so crazy. Like, there definitely needs to be like better better self-awareness for viewers in general. So I'm saying this to everyone using the YouTube platform. Be very, very careful with who you give your fucking money, because they might just be fucking conning the fuck out of you under your nose, and you'll never know about it until like a class action lawsuit gets dropped out of fucking nowhere. But yeah, share the video, share, or don't even share the video. Just share the fact that these fucking scumfucks are selling people's fucking data. At the very least, share that piece of information. Yeah, fuck BetterHelp. Holy shit.